Yo, collect and connect.
Blake and
Chad.
Chad.
And Blake.
Collect
And connect.
Blake and Chad's Collect and Connect.
It's raw English. Dave Pressler.
Blake and Chad's.
This is
Blake and Chad's.
This is
Collect and Connect.
Dave, his accolades go way back. We have Boss Baby on the plate here. We have Rugrats. We have Jim Henson's Brats of the Lost Nebula.
Yep.
We can go back, way back. But Veve is how I learned about Dave, honestly.
Myself
And,
too.
Oh, cool.
I have one of your pieces, and I do hold it tight, and I won't let it go. But
No, it's really well. Nice to meet you all, and it's very exciting to get to communicate with the Veve collectors and the NFT collectors, because I mean I find any new system for delivering art to new fans and finding new fan base and getting art to the people really exciting. You know, it's just. I ever since I started doing art and doing gallery shows and doing my art for my television projects and toys and everything, it just always felt like to me like the most important thing was what is something that what is the way we can get art and ideas and things to the people, to the fans. And this is the newest way that's really exciting to me.
what was your reaction when you sold out on Decon that day? I mean,
Well, the funny thing is I was texting with Heidi, my publicist and art manager, and she had said I was going to be heading down there to Designercon, and she had just sent me a note real quick on a text that said 10 seconds, sold out in 10 seconds, and I was like, oh no, are there still? I thought she meant the Designercon sold out in 10 seconds. She goes, no, your NFTs. And I was like, wow. I mean, that was amazing. And, it's interesting because, I think about when people have questions to me about NFTs versus, because I was in the vinyl toy business for a long time. I sculpted a lot of vinyl. And I got to work with some amazing artists. I sculpted for Mark Ryden, the Yahweh figure. I did Camille Rose Garcia's first figures, the Camille's Girls. I did a figure for Anthony Osgang, the Bomb Cat. I sculpted Three-Eyed Rabbit for Ron English. Sculpted a Monkey King figure for Nathan Gervasius. And so I've really just I've worked with Luke Chu. Brendan Monroe did the Sour figure. I don't know if people remember that one from back in the early 2000s. But I was lucky enough to work with a lot of great people. And that was my first thing that when toys started, I felt like, well, here's a great thing because I can make a sculpture. But when I put a sculpture in a gallery that I've made, there's a price point to it because it takes so much work to make it happen. But then I thought, well, this is a great way for vinyl so that someone can have a sculpture of yours, an idea, a character, but it's more affordable. They can hold it in their hands, and there were naysayers back then who had plenty of complaints about why vinyl toys were no good. And I was not part of that because I was like, no, this is a delivery system to bring our art to people and different levels of appreciation. And I feel like the NFT world has that same component where some people are going to look at it a little askance or they're going to be a little suspicious. But then I feel like it's just another method to get art to people, and it's in a different format, but that's the whole idea.
That's exactly it, though, without a doubt. Because I mean, that's what Veve did for us. It's brought us to, discover artists like yourself. And now a lot of us have become physical collectors because of this, not alone with just the NFT, but the physical side as well.
Right.
So, it's very cool that it's led to that. And it's great to, have some exposure to artists as yourself to be able to see all the stuff that is out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I this is another thing that I want to get into with the NFT world is there's been some times in my life when I've come up with some ideas for art pieces, and they've been non-traditional. Like I love I'm a real geek for 3D stuff. I like lenticulars and books with where you wear the 3D glasses and the pictures come out.
Okay.
I love stereoscopic images, and I always wanted to do something like that with my robots and my characters. And back in like 2014, 2015, I did a show for DreamWorks TV, for Awesomeness TV, called How to Do Everything with Garrick and Marvin.
How to do everything with Garrick and Marvin. How to draw. 1. Get a pencil. 2. Get paper. 3. And the latest drawing invention.
And it was a stop motion animated robot where these two robots do how-to videos, but they always screw it up. They blow themselves up. They try to make an invention that'll make it a shortcut to like learn what they wanted to do. But I animated all that in my garage. And it was like I built the little models, I built the stuff. When I lit things on fire or blew things up, I did it with gunpowder and lighters and propane tanks. And to me, that was something where I was like, well, you could take these little models, you could photograph them, you could, or maybe make an animated GIF or something. But then at the time, it's kind of like, well, then what do I do with them? How do I, what can I do with them? How do I distribute them? How do I get them out there? And now it's almost like the NFT world has made that a possibility. So if you have a little short-term idea with photographs or GIFs or lenticulars or something like that, you can make them. There is definitely an outlet for it. So it's something I've just started to dabble into and figure out how I would deliver some of these ideas. But I hope like in the next year or so to get some stuff like that out there. Well, I love the fact that it's like, it's almost like a merging of two communities, because I think, with people like Ron and Luke who've been doing it for a while, then Ron has been doing it for even longer at such a high level that, to now have a fan base and a community like Veve and the NFT community, now we're all like merging into one big community, where it's like, and I think to an extent it's I kind of like, and you can tell me if it feels that way, if it's like a new discovery for some people.
Definitely.
Like a new way for them.
The camaraderie and the family feel in the community. It's just a lot of positive in there. A lot of people helping people. Like I said, we have a huge chat group, and all we do is just talk and have fun. And every day, even when there's not a drop or, we don't get drops, everyone's helping each other out. And that's the best part. I've played and done a lot of games and, that time in my day. And this community feels, and the atmosphere is right. It's definitely got the right feel in there.
Yeah. And that's one of the things, I'm interested in is as I keep moving forward with this, is to get some pieces where, there would be a physical piece attached to, like a print or an original or something like that. Because I know there's so many different ways to do it. Because again, it's just like we're taking the first baby steps into this brave new world, and it just seems like there's limitless opportunities to do interesting things, beyond the realm of the physical art.
I'd like to say really quickly that he's going to have a Veve drop in the spring. Designercon, you guys are actually going to be the first here. Designercon is going to be doing drops on Veve throughout the year, building up to Designercon. So Dave will have a companion piece to the piece he dropped first, and then he will have something at Designercon, and then we'll have merch, actual physical merch for purchase, and his store will be all filled up in time for Designercon. So he's got some, and then he's got his day job, which a lot of time.
I'm glad Heidi's here because she's absolutely correct. I would have forgotten to say all that stuff. But yeah, I'm very excited about the next drop. It's going to be the companion piece to Shut Up and Draw, which is called Shut Up and Paint.
Ooh, I was going to ask that. Shut Up and Paint. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
This is another physical robot that I sculpted for that show in Lancaster. So I have the two. Actually, hopefully they live in Colorado right now, the two robots. But I have the full-size sculptures in my studio up there in Colorado.
And then look for, and soon he's in talks with 3D Retro to design a line of robot pirates, which will be coming. Those will take a little bit longer, but those are in the works as well.
Those will be cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, really exciting. I've had a robot pirate character.
110%, like I said, it's there. So it's there.
When you do physicals with NFTs, or like if they're linked to it, is it going to be the same edition size that will they be minted, like where people can match up to the same number?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I think when it comes to physical toys, it costs so much more to produce physical toys. There will always be more NFTs available than toys. But I think in situations like with print or something like that, that's an interesting point. To make it so it's like a one-on-one match would be great. So, I mean, there's so much ground to cover in this great NFT world that I just think, it's limitless ideas, and I'm going to get more involved with the community. And it's a really exciting time to be an artist, to be a collector. And I like the immediacy of seeing and hearing from people right away,